हेलो फ्रेंड्स, योर एकेडमिक सर्विसेज प्राइवेट लिमिटेड में आपका स्वागत है।
Welcome friends. Now we will be seeing this part. Look at this part. This profile of this part is in curved shape. So to generate this part, or let me show you it from the front view. This profile is in curved shape. So we will have to generate the curve for this part, to make this part. I'll be showing you how we can generate the curves. I'm taking a sketch in the front plane, and now there are three kind of splines to generate a curve. Number one, I'm showing you the third one. First of all, this one is an equation driven curve. In the equation driven curve, if we do have the equation for the curve, we do have the equation, then we can input the equation here, and the profile is, the spline is automatically generated. Suppose I'm taking an explicit kind of equation. X is equal to y is equal to x square plus 3x plus 5. This is the equation. X is a function of y is a function of x, and now we will be defining the range of x. X1, suppose we are taking it as 1, and x2 we will be taking, suppose, as 5 pi. So as soon as I click it OK, the equation is generated. This one is a as you can see, explicit kind of equation. We can also take parametric kind of equation as well. I'm just deleting the equation. I'll be generating the second equation of second kind. Now x and y both are the functions of t. I'm putting the value of t, for example 4 multiplied by t. I'll be taking the cube of t. So I'll be using this symbol, which you can find on the keyboard, on the key for the number 6. 3, it means 4t cube plus 2t square plus 2. This is x, and now for the y, I'll be taking, suppose I'm taking, it just as a 5t sorry, I'm taking the range of for the t. Suppose I'm taking a simple range 1 to 4. Now it is showing that equation is invalid. Please enter a valid equation. Here, as you can see, the value of this equation has turned into red. It means this equation that I have put up here is not valid. I have to put up a valid equation. I'm putting another equation, t raised to power 3. I'm taking just a simple equation to show you. T cube plus 5. The second equation is t square plus 2t. Now you can see here the profile has been generated, the curve has been generated. Now, as soon as I click OK, the curve has been generated. So this is our equation driven curve or spline. I'm deleting it. Now I'm coming to the second spline, style spline. In this spline, I have to choose some points, vertices points, which give weight to the curve. According to the location of these points, I can generate the profile for the spline. Now I want to finish the spline. I'm pressing escape button, so the spline is complete. Now suppose I want to add a few more vertices, vertical points, vertical control points actually. So I have to click on this vertical control polygon, right click the mouse, and you can see here insert control vertex. Click on here and you can add some more points. Suppose I added a point here, a point here, a point here. Press escape. So we can add some more points, vertical control points here as well. This is our second spline, style spline. I'm just deleting it. Now our main spline, which is mainly used and mostly used, is the simple spline. This spline, we just click on those points from where the curve has to pass. I can also join this spline to make it a loop. You can see that. Now the basic difference between this simple spline and the style driven spline is that in the style driven spline, the points where I click, they do add weight to the spline or the curve, but the curve do not pass through them. You can see these were the points where I clicked, but the spline or the curve is not passing through them. But in this spline, the curve is passing through those points, this point, anyhow. Now with this simple spline, we have a lot of liberty. These control points, as soon as I click on these points, the handles appear on this point. So now if I click on this knob and drag it in its direction, you can see I can change the profile of this curve, and rotating it I can also change the shape of this the profile of this curve. So there is a lot of liberty in this spline. It is mainly used. I can click on this point, and keep pressing the left button of my mouse and drag it in any direction as well. So this is our spline. So in this way we can generate any kind of profile, in any kind of curve in SolidWorks. So next remaining sketch entities are this is a slot. Another one is the straight slot. In a straight slot, that as soon as I'm drawing, I'm clicking on the first point, then I'm clicking for the second point. Now you can see the difference. The distance between this point and this point is generated, and as soon as as much as I drag out this my cursor, the radius of radius, or I may say the thickness of this slot, is controlled. Now I can provide its dimension. I'm clicking here, I'm suppose making it 50 mm. It's 50 mm. Then I'm making this one as 15 or say 20 mm. So this is now 20 mm. So this is the simple spline, simple slot. straight slot. The next is the center point slot. In this center point straight slot, we start from the center of this slot, and I can drag the cursor in any direction. Suppose I'm taking it this way. Now I can generate the slot. Same way I can take the dimension, and I can put it, suppose I'm taking it as 50. It will be controlled by this center of this slot. I can define the radius as well, because I'm taking it as 20 as in the earlier case. This was our center point straight slot. Now third is our 3-point arc slot. This, first of all, we will have to provide an arc from 3 points. Suppose this is our first point, this is our second point, and this is our third point. So we can generate the arc, and from this arc we can make a arc slot, 3-point arc slot. Next is our center point arc slot. First of all, we will have to take the center, click on for the center. I will be clicking for the first point, then we will be doing it for the third point, and dragging it up, we will be getting the center point arc slot. These are the 4 kinds of slots. Now next command is an arc. Number 1 is a center point arc. First of all, I will be clicking for the center. Now I will be providing a point where from the arc should start. Suppose this point, and then the next point where the arc should end. Suppose this point. So now I can also provide the radius for the arc, because I'm making it 250. This was center point arc. The next is a tangent arc. For a tangent arc, first of all, I will need to have a line or a shape for which we want to make a tangent. I can generate an arc from this. Suppose I want to complete it here. So this is our tangent arc. This is tangent to this line, and we can make the tangent arc. Third one is a 3-point arc. I'm taking the center 3-point arc. I click on this point, then this one is my second point, and then this one is my third point. The arc is generated. Our next command is an ellipse or parabolic shapes. First of all, I will be taking an ellipse. Taking an ellipse, first of all, I will have to click on the center of the ellipse. Now I will be spanning in x direction for the major axis. Suppose this one is my major axis, and I will be spanning up for my minor axis. So the ellipse is generated. I can also control the minor and major axis of the ellipse, taking this. So this is 400 mm, and suppose this one is 900 mm. So the ellipse can be made by this command. The next is partial ellipse. We will be making the ellipse in same way, taking the major axis, taking the minor axis. But now we will be dragging the we will be going through the cursor. I'm not pressing any key on the mouse, it's going freely, so I can define how much should be the length or how much should be the profile of this ellipse, which is not closed. If I want to draw in this direction, then I can do that. If I want to start from this direction, then I can do that. So this is entirely upon me. Suppose I am closing the ellipse here. So this is an open kind of ellipse, partial ellipse. The third one is a parabola. For a parabola, I'm taking first this point and taking direction inward. Suppose I want to take its axis to be on it to be on a y-axis, so I'm dragging it downwards. If I'm taking it upwards, then you can see in the dotted lines you can see the profile of the parabola which will be generated. Suppose I'm taking it in this way or in this way, clicking here. Now on this profile, on this parabola, I can also define from where the parabola should start. Suppose I'm clicking here, and where it should end. Suppose I'm clicking here, pressing escape. The parabola is complete. Now suppose I want to take a curve defined by some certain points. I'm taking a line to provide some points, taking its center and taking a line to provide an inclination to the curve. Now I want to start a curve from this point and ending up at this point, but inclined through this line. So I'll be taking the conic, clicking on this point, then on this point. Now you can see the center point of this conic will always be must be coinciding with the center point of this line. So I'm clicking here, so I'm clicking on this line. Now I have provided the inclination, and now I have to click on this line anywhere. So I'm going to click here, pressing escape. The cone is this curve is generated.